I'm here with Dr. Christina Dupee. She's the board member at Park Forest School District in Park Forest, Illinois.
Yes.
Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so explain to me or paint a picture of what academic persistence and resilience look like in your school district.
Okay. Well, first, I want to define what I mean by academic persistence.
Okay.
Academic persistence is the ability of a student to persist academically and successfully complete. So if we're talking kindergarten, successfully complete kindergarten, keep going on. K through 8, you get to 8th grade, graduation. High school graduation, college, that bachelor's degree or the master's or doctorate, whatever you're going for, that is academic persistence.
Okay.
It's going all the way through to completing your academic program.
Okay.
And resilience is best defined as the ability to bounce back from adversity. So any sort of obstacles or trials that come your way, it's the ability to deal with that successfully and overcome it and keep going.
Okay.
And actually, one of the most interesting ways that I've heard resilience described is it's kind of like taking a vaccine because your body, you are exposed to something that threatens your body.
Okay.
And your body learns what it is, adapts, is able to fight it off and keep you healthy.
Okay.
And that's the same thing with resilience.
Okay.
So in our school district, we're coming back from being fully remote. Our kids had not been in school since the governor shut us down.
Okay.
Actually, we closed beforehand because COVID hit our school district a day before the governor said, nope, we're done. We're shutting things down.
Okay.
And so we've had students out with a lot of uncertainty, a lot of what's going on, when are we going back to school? And as board members, we had to make those tough decisions on how are we going to bring them back and bring them back safely. And not only that, but we have to be out, so how are we going to deliver that education? How are we going to make sure that the students are still engaged? And what I found as we were going through oh my gosh, it was such a long time, it feels like 18 months of being out of school.
Yes.
Our students were, and our parents, very stressed.
Okay.
Our teachers stressed.
Right.
And even like with my own children who are students in the school district.
Okay.
I have a 9-year-old who said, can I drop out of school? This is a child who loves school.
Okay.
Loves school. And it just broke my heart to hear that because I know that the love of school is there. I had another daughter and talking with her and her friends and her friends' parents, found out that they're having troubles too. They're withdrawing. They're not doing as well academically.
Okay.
And that motivation was gone because these students had lost something that's very important.
Right.
And that's their support systems in schools. That would be their friends, their teachers, classmates, various staff throughout the school. They also had, their social and emotions, their mental and emotional states were, in a state of constant worry. What's going on? Is someone I love going to get COVID? What's going to happen? When is this going to end? When can I get back to my normal? And for parents, this is our first time going through this as well.
Okay.
And so we're not necessarily well equipped to handle these things as it affects our children's academics. And it was very hard on our students. And nothing gave me greater happiness than to see them back in school, in the classroom with their teachers.
Okay. What did the first day of school look like this year? Like, what was the emotions, the expressions, I guess the relief of it all for the kids? Like, what did you see? Like, paint us a picture.
Well, as a parent, I was taking children to school, so it was, I know that a lot of parents were anxious before school even started. I was hearing from parents that, are we sure that everything's okay? Is the sanitation on point? Are they going to wear masks? Is that going to be mandated? And it is. We, as a board, decided before our governor said, no, everyone must wear masks, that that's what we were going to do. During the pandemic, when everyone was out of school, the board and our wonderful superintendent, Dr. Khalitha White, she made sure, her and her team, that we would do everything we could to bring our students back in a safe environment.
Okay.
So by the time we were ready to start back for summer school, it already gave us a template of what we were going to be able to expect come fall.
Okay.
And it was beautiful, amazing, and wonderful to see the students back in the classrooms. Now, the numbers were lower in the summer, and where we are. And they're creeping up where as we get closer to the fall. And so we had a very good time in the summer, no issues whatsoever. The children were happy. I was amazed to see that they were able to socially distance the bus calls, the exits, even the entrance of the students. So it was a wonderful experience there. And I know from speaking with some of the neighborhood children that first day of school, they were happy. They were so happy to be back in person, to see their teachers, to be face to face to their teachers, to be back with their friends, and be able to spend time with their friends that they hadn't. We got to keep in mind, they haven't necessarily seen their friends in person during this time.
Right.
Because everyone's worried and trying to keep themselves safe.
Right.
So this was just, a wonderful thing for them to go back.
Right. Okay.
When I'm looking at it through the lens of academic persistence and resilience, those two things, I'm sorry, let me go back. Academic persistence, a lot of it is they're internally motivated to do well academically, and they also have a desire to bring honor to their family by doing well academically. And this is research I've done, as well as other educators before me and researchers on academic persistence. So there are internal factors that are, you just have it within you. And then there are the external factors, and that is having good family expectations, as well as a good support system.
Okay.
And so when we're talking about motivation, those factors combine to create that motivation.
Okay.
So if you hurt one part of that equation, for example, I said that the students lost their support systems.
Right.
That harms their motivation. They become demotivated. So what we do is we have to make sure that we're able to be that support system, give our families the support that they need to be able to help their children. For example, over the summer, there was a program we partnered with a nonprofit called Aunt Martha's, and they provided a caregiver, like a caregiver group, so that parents could come and talk and, this is what my child is going through, this is what we're experiencing, and then they could provide help for parents because, like I said, this is our first time going through a pandemic.
Right.
We don't have a guidebook on this is what you do when your child is tired of remote learning. Because the last pandemic was long before computers.
Right.
So, reaching out to the parents and making sure that they were able to find the resources to help their children.
Okay.
So that, even in terms of reaching out to the parents, do you have internet access? Do you have food? Those sort of things. And our district, we were so blessed to have a grant that allowed our families to have free internet for 1 year.
Okay.
So that the internet would not be an issue for students.
Okay.
Which is wonderful because even though we're still, we're back in person, we're still doing stuff online as well.
Okay.
And if we end up having to shut down or close a school or quarantine, they still have that internet access so that they can still get their education, while they're in quarantine. Another thing is that our superintendent, we started this a couple of years ago actually,
Okay.
a program for our 8th graders called Pearls of Wisdom and Tied to Greatness.
Okay.
And this is through one of these sororities, which when I learned the role that historically Black Greek fraternities and sororities play in education, I was amazed. And I was like, this is wonderful.
Yeah.
You know, because their focus is on service,
Right.
education, sisterhood, brotherhood. And so through this program, they're teaching our 8th graders to be leaders. And as we've gone through, this is the 3rd year of it.
Okay.
It's a wonderful program. And it's wonderful to see at the end of the year, they are leaders. The kids are looking up to them. They're saying, oh, I can't wait till I'm in 8th grade. I get to wear the leadership apparel. I get to have my
Okay.
pearls and my tie and my, you know, we have these really awesome, I should have brought it, but, but these really awesome sweaters
Okay.
that they wear on Wednesdays.
Okay.
And they give, you know, they perform service throughout the school with the younger students in the other schools. And it's something that tells them, you know, you matter.
Right.
You have greatness.
Right.
You can do well. And we believe in you. And that provides a support system and encouragement for our students. I also know that other sororities, they do back to school drives.
Right.
They have, like programs where, you know, they kind of mentor, you know, different groups of students. So it might be 6 to 9 year olds, 9 to 12 year olds, all the way up until, you know, they get to college, to provide them that support. And, you know, and that, yes, we're looking, yes, we're proud of you. Yes, you know, your education, what you're learning, what you think, what you say, it matters, and you have a lot to give to this world.
Right,
So
right.
stay encouraged.
Yes.
So those are sort of programs that we have. And we also have student mentors
Okay.
who are actually adults. I know it sounds so weird to say they're student mentors, but they're adults.
Okay.
And they work alongside with our social workers and
Okay.
counselors to help students who are having a rough time, you know, to help them, to give them a safe space to go to, someone to talk to, so, you know, to just help them through those rough times. Sometimes all a child really needs is an ear.
Right.
And so addressing these things when we're coming back, the students are still anxious because they know
Right.
that we're still in a pandemic. They're, you know, still, you know, some of them may have even lost family members. And they're upset about that.
Right.
And with everyone grieving in the family, school might be their safe space where they're able to, you know, relax and focus on something else other than the loss.
Okay.
And that was actually something that came up in one of our open houses where the teacher let us know that we've had a couple of students come in very upset because they've lost people. So, you know, encourage your child to be kind and helpful, you know, and let's help them through this so that we can, you know how they say it takes a village?
Yes.
So that we can be that village to help them as they go through one of the roughest times in their lives.
Right, right.
And by doing that, we know that our students, they're living in that uncertainty. And we may end up, I can't predict the future, but there's also a possibility we may have to go back remote.
Right.
But we know that this is not forever.
Right.
Because they've already seen it's not forever, because we came back. So having that little glimmer of hope and knowing that if we have to go back remote, it's okay because we'll come back. It's not going to be a long time period. We'll be back. And so that also helps them with their motivation because they can see that it's not going to be forever. And we are trying our best to get them accustomed to this new normal that we have.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Christina Dupee, for joining us today to share some of the things, the challenges, the success that your school district is experiencing. And I just thank you for coming to talk with us.
Thank you.
Can you tell our listeners where they can contact you and get more information about some of the programs you are doing in your district?
My name is Dr. Christina Dupee. I have a page, board member page on Facebook. You can easily find me there. I post information about our board meetings and also links to our school district. And our website is www.sd163.com. And when you go on that page, you can look at the different programs that we have on the first page. Also under parents section, there's information as well on these different programs. And you'll also find pictures of we do a ceremony where the students, they get their ties, they get their pearls. It's a whole wonderful formal event for them. And it's really a wonderful thing to help them feel special.
That's nice. Thank you. Thank you for coming and talk with us again.
Thank you for having me.
I'm Alexis Flowers with issueseneducation.net.